Harder questions on circles. So what I mean by that is sometimes we can know the circumference or the area and want to work out the radius or the diameter. Now to do that we need to use division, and the best way to demonstrate it is in the following examples. So find the diameter of the following circle. Now we know the circumference is 11 meters. We want to know the diameter. Well, thinking about the formula for the circumference of a circle, circumference is equal to pi multiplied by the diameter. We're going to keep pi as 3.14 for the time being, so 3.14 times something, the diameter, needs to equal 11. So 3.14 times something needs to equal 11. That means that the diameter is equal to 11 divided by 3.14. Be like saying 2 times something is 10. Well, if you do 10 divided by 2, you get the something, you get 5. So got to use my calculator. I can't divide by 3.14, so 11 divided by 3.14 gives me big long decimal. For the time being we haven't looked at round, we're going to look at that in topic 4. So what I'm going to do is write the first number after the decimal point and say that the diameter is equal to 3.5 meters. Okay, another example, find the radius of the following circle. Now we know the area is 35 centimeters squared, and we want to know the radius. So the area is equal to pi times radius squared. So putting in what numbers I know that 35 is the area and pi is 3.14, and that needs to be multiplied by something squared. Going to do the same sort of thing as last time. 3.14 times something, forget about the squared, it's just r squared is something, is equal to 35. That means that r squared is equal to 35 divided by 3.14. Okay, again, similar sort of thing. 3.14 times something is 35, so 35 divided by the 3.14 gives you the something. So using my calculator, 35 divided by 3.14 is equal to 11.14649. I'm just going to put 11.1 for the time being. So r squared is equal to 11.1. Now this is where what we did in first topic is going to come into play with the squares and square roots. We know that something squared is 11.1, so that means the radius is the square root of that number, 11.1. So bringing up my calculator, I've got that 11.14. All I need to do now is square root it. So the radius is 3.338 meters. I'm just going to write it to one decimal place again, so the radius is equal to 3.3 centimeters. This one, isn't it? Not meters, centimeters. Okay, sometimes we want to leave our answer in exact form, so this is where the questions can seem a little harder. All that means is we want to leave pi in our answer. Rather than putting in your calculator and actually working out a big long decimal, it just wants you to say how many lots of pi is that. So for example, find the circumference area of the following circles, leaving your answer in terms of pi. So for the first one, the circumference, well, we know the radius, so it's going to be 2 times pi times the radius, and the radius is 7, so we've got 2 times pi times 7. All we do here, we don't put that all in the calculator, we just times together what we can. We can do the 2 times the 7, and that gives us 14 lots of pi. So the circumference is 14 pi centimeters. For the area, it's pi times r squared. Whoops. So pi times r squared. So that's pi times the radius is 7 squared. And 7 squared is 49. 7 times 7 is 49. So we'll have pi times 49, which we can just leave it in exact form. We say it's 49 pi centimeters squared. Okay. Now, next circle, we've got the diameter this time. So the circumference is going to be equal to just the pi times diameter. So for this one, it's pi times 12. So we're just going to say that the circumference is 12 pi meters this time. But for the next one, for the area, we're going to have to use pi times radius squared. And the radius is half of the diameter, and if the diameter is 12, that means the radius is 6. So it's pi times 6 squared. And 6 squared is 36, so we've got pi times 36, or just 36 pi meters squared.